The date is January 3rd, 2026. The time is 2:01 a.m. You are asleep in your apartment on the 15th floor in the heart of Caracas, Venezuela. Suddenly, the entire building shakes violently. You are thrown out of bed. Voice. The electricity is gone, the television is dead, the street lights outside are dead. The city is plunged into a total suffocating blackout. You crawl to the window and look at the sky. There are no stars. Instead, the night sky is filled with glowing orange fireballs and the deafening roar of invisible warplanes. You reach for your phone. No signal, no internet. You are completely isolated. This is not a movie. This is the reality of modern urban warfare. Tonight, we step into the shoes of an ordinary civilian during Operation Absolute Resolve, the unprecedented United States military strike on Venezuela in 2026. We will explore the terrifying psychology of survival when society collapses in a single night. Let's call our survivor Mateo. He is a high school teacher. Like millions of Venezuelans, he is used to political tension and economic hardship. But nothing could prepare him for the horror of a high-tech, targeted military invasion. The U.S. Strike Force, codenamed Operation Absolute Resolve, utilized over 150 aircraft, stealth fighters, and elite Delta Force operators. Their primary objective was the abduction of the sitting Venezuelan president unprovoked. Mateo crouches on the floor of his living room, clutching his knees. The fear he feels is unique. It is not the fear of being intentionally bombed. The airstrikes are highly precise, targeting military headquarters and air defenses. The real terror comes from the absolute lack of information. In 2026, information is oxygen. We rely on our phones, our social media feeds, our internet connections to tell us what to do, where to go, and who is winning. But the first casualty of modern warfare is the grid. The military triggered a massive, deliberate blackout to paralyze the nation's defenses. Mateo's phone is a useless brick of glass. The radio emits only static. He is trapped in a concrete box, suspended hundreds of feet in the air while the world outside explodes. He does not know if it is World War III, a coup, or the end of the world. By 3:30 a.m., the heavy bombing stops. The American Special Forces have captured the president and are flying him out of the country on helicopters. The foreign military has accomplished its mission. But for Mateo and millions of civilians in Caracas, the nightmare is just beginning. When you remove the head of a government in a matter of hours, you do not bring peace. You create a power vacuum, and a power vacuum instantly leads to anarchy. Voice. The police force has disintegrated. The National Guard is in hiding. The streets, bathed in complete darkness, now belong to the armed local gangs, militias, and desperate citizens. Mateo creeps to the edge of his balcony and looks down. The city is burning, not from bombs, but from arson. He sees groups of men with flashlights and rifles smashing into grocery stores, pharmacies, and eventually residential buildings. The true horror of urban warfare is not the enemy army dropping bombs from the sky. It is your own neighbors, driven by panic and hunger, turning against each other in the dark. Mateo hears it. The distinct, terrifying sound of heavy boots echoing up the concrete stairwell of his apartment building. They are clearing the floors, apartment by apartment. They're looking for food, for valuables, for blood. The sound gets closer. 10th floor, 11th floor, 12th floor. Mateo is faced with a paralyzing, impossible choice. The instinct of flight or fight kicks in. Option 1, open the door and run. But to where? The elevators are dead because of the blackout. The dark stairwell is filled with armed looters. Running means certain death. Option 2, barricade the door. He pushes his heavy sofa and dining table against the front door. He locks all the deadbolts. He grabs a kitchen knife. He is completely confined inside his own home. Voice. His apartment is no longer a sanctuary, it is a cage. He sits in the pitch-black hallway, gripping the knife, listening to the screams outside. Open the door! A rough voice shouts from the hallway. They're hitting his door with crowbars. Mateo stops breathing. He closes his eyes. He waits for the thin wooden door to break. But then, a sudden distraction saves him. The sound of a military helicopter returning overhead. The looters in the hallway panic, fearing a troop deployment, and scramble back down the stairs. The banging stops. Mateo is safe. For now. He survives the night. But as dawn breaks and the sun rises over a deeply traumatized Caracas, Mateo looks out over his broken city. There is no water. There is no food. There is no government. The military strike lasted only a few hours, but the psychological scars of that terrifying blackout will last a lifetime. Why is the story of Mateo's blackout so universally terrifying? It taps into a primal human fear, the illusion of civilization. We live in massive concrete towers, surrounded by millions of people. We feel safe because of invisible systems, the power grid, the police force, the supply chain. We assume these systems are permanent. But a modern military operation like Absolute Resolve proves how fragile our world is. When you pull the plug on electricity and information, the thin layer of civilization vanishes. In the dark, a bustling metropolis instantly transforms back into a dangerous jungle where survival of the fittest is the only law. It forces us to ask ourselves a chilling question. If the lights went out tonight in your city and never came back on, how long would it take for your neighbors to become your enemies? If you enjoyed this deep dive into survival psychology and English vocabulary, please hit the like button and subscribe. Stay safe, keep a flashlight nearby, and I will see you in the next mystery. Good night.